Hey everybody, this is Larry with Hobby Progress, and this is the tasting room. We're going to try something a little different today. I've got two beers that I've already tried for you, but today we're going to try pairing them with this Jameson holiday gift set that I bought. So it comes with the single bottle of Jameson, and then these Jameson Cask Mates sampler bottles. So these are the actual reason I brought the beers out. So one of them is an IPA edition, hence the calling IPA from Boulevard that I'm going to try with it. And this one is the Stout edition, and that is why I brought out the Evil Twin Even More Jesus, which was a very good stout that I just recently tried. So we're going to pour a little bit of each one of these, and we're going to swish them around and try pairing them up and see how they add up. So let's start with just the base Jameson. We haven't done whiskey on here. I hope to do more in the near future, but Jameson is one of my favorites and remains at the house at all times. I definitely enjoy it quite a bit. Jameson is just a good, clean whiskey. It goes down really smooth. It doesn't have a lot of crazy flavors. It goes well with everything. Yeah, it's got a little bit of earthiness to it. I mean, not crazy. Um, yeah, it's got a nice little burn to it, but it's still incredibly smooth. And for the price of Jameson, it is just a fantastic little Irish whiskey. Like I said, hopefully we'll get some more whiskey reviews in the future. All right. So now that we've got the baseline figured out, um, we'll move on and try the cask mates, and then we'll try them with their respective beers. We have to do a lot of water in between these because all of these have really strong flavors. All right. So let me try to line these up for you. So there's our Jameson. So let's begin with the Stout edition. Open this little bottle up here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the whole thing. Why not, right? They're such little bottles. So this is still 40%. So it's the same as the Jameson. Um, as far as alcohol content goes. Here, let's color content wise. Let me get about an equal pour on here. Sorry. It's about the same color. Now, granted, those are in two different glasses, so it's a little bit harder to tell. And I know on the video, you're gonna have a little bit harder time. But regular Jameson and the Stout, so basically the same color. It's still got the same earthy smells to it. It almost smells like a little more alcohol, but not much. So it's a little creamier, I guess, on the at the start of it. Yeah, I guess that's how I would classify it. It's thicker, I guess. So the Jameson's not watery necessarily, but it's a thin, smooth. Where this is a little bit thicker, not syrupy, but just I kind of like it. Yeah, it's got like almost a smokiness to it. So let's try it side by side with my evil twin, Even More Jesus. Again, the Even More Jesus goes on my list as one of my favorite stouts. It just looks beautiful in a glass, and it's got just this wonderful dark flavor. I really, really enjoy it. So now that we've got a little bit of this on the taste buds, we can smell the dark earthiness with the coffee out of the Even More Jesus, which actually should pair very well. God, that is wonderful. And it does pair really well. This has got a lot of bitterness to it, but it's nice and smooth. This doesn't have any bitterness to it at all, but it's got a bite. And so with that, those pair remarkably well together. You're going to want to be careful, though, because as we talked about in the review for this one, the Even More Jesus is 12% alcohol by volume. So, especially since it sells in the larger cans, a pint of Even More Jesus and a small glass of this, and you're going to be feeling a little bit. This is going to be quite the concoction. But they go wonderful together. So if you want to do a small glass of this, just to start your evening off, I would say it pairs well with the Even More. Yeah, that's wonderful. All right. Ooh, gotta rinse that out. Those are some strong flavors. Okay, so that's wonderful. But let's move on to the Caskmates IPA edition. So I brought the IPA edition out with my Boulevard the Calling IPA, which is one of my favorite IPAs. It is a double IPA, so it has very strong flavors. But those strong flavors should pair well with a good whiskey, I'm hoping, because it is a smoky IPA. Again, we're going to want to be a little careful with this because it is at 8.5% alcohol by volume. So this is another high alcohol beer. If you've watched the rest of my videos, you kind of know that's where I fall for the most part. I really enjoy kind of hardcore flavors, and the high alcohol content tends to fall in with that. So again, the regular Jameson versus the IPA edition, very much the same. A good golden color, nothing remarkable there. Smells very much like regular Jameson. No surprises in the smell at all. Yeah, no surprises there at all. Okay. That's different. So on a really good IPA, you get a crispness before the bitter. This kind of gives you that before the burn. So when it very first hits your tongue, it's very smooth and then gives you a little bit of a burn. My palate with whiskey is not as refined as it is with beer. a lot of the flavors tend to overpower my senses, and I have a hard time picking out the subtle flavors, um, because I like to hold the alcohol in my mouth for a long time, and I don't know if I've discussed it before, but I let the alcohol hit the tip of my tongue, then roll it to the back of my tongue, underneath, and then I swallow. That allows me to hit all the flavor centers in my tongue before I swallow the drink that I'm going with. And with a hard liquor with the 40% alcohol, this has a tendency of numbing the flavors in your tongue. It's just a lot of flavors to take in. Um, so I'm not as skilled with the liquor. I hope to get better at this. Again, it's pretty much the same smell. Yeah, it's got a cream smoothness before the bite. It's interesting. I'm not sure how much I actually like it, though. But let's pair it with the calling. Again, this is just a wonderful beer. Let's move some Even More Jesus out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's got a wonderful cloudy color. It pours great. It looks good. The Calling IPA is just fantastic. It's citrusy and dry, which I think will actually pair well with the almost sweet of the whiskey. Let's try it. Yeah. The dryness of a double IPA with the whiskey activates your mouth. It makes you salivate a little bit, where the IPA will make you salivate a little bit, but it has a higher tendency of drying you out. So I think they kind of work well together. Again, you're not going to want to do too much of this at a time. This little concoction here will be pretty potent as well. I like that. I like all of that. These two um, have paired very well together, in my opinion. Um, so, oop, dropping stuff. So the cask mates do pair well with their beers, although I'm not certain that their flavor profile is so much different than the original that I would call them an original product. Um, they really are just slight variations on the original Jameson. So if you like original Jameson, you will most likely enjoy these. If you are a uh, beer drinker, they may not seem all that much different to you, as they don't to me. But with these two beers, I believe that they can be enjoyed well together. Again, you're going to want to be cautious because at 12 and 40%, and then 9, 8.5, and 40%, that's going to be a lot. But if if you're like me, and when you go sit down at a bar, you order a shot with your beer, just to kind of give you a little bit of something to sip on that's a little bit more potent, I think these would all go well together. Um, Again, I like Jameson because it pairs well with everything. So it's good with a meal. It's good with a dessert. It's good to calm you down. You can even put it in a little bit of coffee, which is why I think it pairs well with the Even More Jesus, because the coffee flavors in it are just wonderful with the Jameson. And that still goes down as one of my favorite beers. So I hope you enjoyed what we did today. I hope too, as the holidays come nearer, pick up some more of these little gift sets and try them with you, because these really are the most economical way to try new liquors. They often come with little airplane bottles of different kinds. Sometimes they come with gift glasses, which is how I have acquired most of my tumblers. And they're just an all-around good way to go, because they don't usually cost you any more than the original bottle. So if you have an alcohol aficionado in your family, definitely look at picking something like this up. That may be something they haven't tried. If it is something they've tried, great. You've got them something they enjoy. If there's anything you'd like to see me try in the new horizons of liquor that I'm looking to get into, please email me or leave a message on the Facebook group. It's hobbyprogress@gmail.com for the email, and then hobbyprogress on Facebook. You can also leave notes in the comment section here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.